The reality is now with SEO, we know that AI SEO is becoming more and more fruitful. And we know that these AI models, 70% of their references come from Reddit. So how do we get into more Reddit streams? How do we monitor for the right Reddit streams? And how can we comment on those? Social listening needs to tell you that.
Yeah.
You know, going back to then how can we drive more organic inbound? You can't get that just from blogs and newsletters. Well, now we've got to start thinking about personal brands. Okay, so how do we build a personal brand? Well, let's monitor your entire industry, every person in it. What are they saying? What's working, what's not, the content style, how they're thinking about it, blah, blah, blah. And let's have an agent help us, not necessarily create the content, but help us give the ideas, an ideation agent.
What to talk about.
What to talk about, how to talk about it, when to talk about it. Socials data is going to get you that. And so this is really why you need that social ops person to be like, okay, I can improve your sales team because we can still help the sales. We can find them at bats through, you know, level of intent. I can help your marketing with SEO, content strategy, growing your brand, driving this organic growth, which then in turn, you can use paid ads to boost that stuff. I can help your product team understand consumer sentiment. How are we being spoken about in comparison to competitors? What does the product roadmap need to look like based on 1 million people talking about us if you were a big brand, right? There's so much that we can do with social media. And I saw there's a company and the name escapes me of who they are, but they are like an API for like voice calls, like transcripts, right? So like when you're on Zoom or Gmeets, like that you can build like, so Fireflies would use these people. They're like like the, you know, Fireflies, Granola, like they're like the engine that these people build tools on top. And they were like, you know, our data's so important for agents because, you know, I think I can't remember the stat they talked about it, but it was like, you know, 60% of the world's data comes from just chat, like conversations, right? And it's like, I don't know the stat, but the majority of people, how they think, what works, what doesn't, everything, all of this fun stuff is living in social media right now. I mean, you know, you could build the world's best app just on understanding the gaps in the market on how people talk. It's the best consumer research intelligence tool. It's the best brand building tool, like social media, whether you love it or hate it. Social media is going nowhere and people need it more than ever now.